A few weeks ago, I had posted video number 58 on how to modify a single code RF door sensor to get both open and close codes as well as battery high and low codes. If you haven't watched that video, you can check it in the I button above or in the description below. After posting that video, I further updated that circuit to build your own DIY 433 MHz RF door sensor from scratch that can be customized as per your own requirements. So in this video, I'll tell you how to build your own battery operated ultra low power RF door sensor using just a handful of components. So let's get started. To build this DIY door sensor, we need an ATtiny85 microcontroller, a 433 MHz RF transmitter module, a 10 mega ohm resistor, an LED with a 220 ohms resistor, a normally open type reed switch, and a general purpose PCB. You may also use ATtiny13 chip in place of ATtiny85. But as of now, ATtiny13 will provide the open and close codes only. I'm still working on it and hopefully shall be able to get battery high and low codes too from it. But that I'll share in a future video. Now to build your door sensor, first download the appropriate hex file from the links provided in the description and then program ATtiny85 or ATtiny13 chip using that hex file. If you don't know how to program a microcontroller, check description below for the related video links. Once you have programmed the microcontroller, complete your circuit as shown in this diagram. Now let me explain about the RF code configuration pins shown in this circuit diagram. As you can see, pin 2 and pin 3 have been labeled as code config pins. Now, what are they? When I move the magnet away, I get a code which is 112301, and when I bring the magnet close to reed switch, I get another code which is 112302. In both these codes, the prefix or the first two numbers are 11. If you build multiple sensors using the provided hex code, all your sensors will send the same code when the magnet moves. But we don't want that. So to distinguish between different sensors, we will use these two code configuration pins. In this table, you can understand that if we connect both pins to circuit ground, our code will start from 11. If we connect pin 3 to high or VCC level, our code will start from 22. Similarly, you can change the voltage levels of these pins to get the others codes also. So in this way, you can build a maximum of 4 door sensors that will send different codes. If you need to build more than 4 sensors, please check the description below. Once the circuit is complete, you can either use 2 AAA batteries or a 3.7 volt lithium battery to power it up. Make sure not to supply voltage above 5.5 volt as this may fry the ATtiny chip and make the whole circuit useless. The circuit works on ultra low power, hence the batteries will last much longer. As currently I do not have a 3D printer, so to keep our door sensor good looking, I bought 2 of these inexpensive door sensors for $1 each. For this small amount, I got a magnet, a housing for door sensor, a AAA battery holder, and a PCB with a magnetic hall sensor. A magnetic hall sensor is a substitute for reed switch. Hence in this case, we don't need reed switch as well as the 10 mega ohm resistor. Not a bad deal at all. This is the existing PCB of this door sensor. By looking at the tracks, it seems that we can use this PCB to build our own RF door sensor on it. For that, we need to remove this IC and this transistor. Now we can solder our components to it as shown here. We also need to cut a track at black line and join the tracks shown with red line dots. Depending upon the RF code configuration, you can either connect the pins 2 and 3 with pin 4 to ground them or with pin 1 to make them high. And here is our final DIY RF door sensor that sends both open and close codes along with battery high or low codes. If you want to buy these ready to use sensors, check description for the same. So this was all about the DIY RF door window sensor. Now you can build your own sensors and automate your home very easily. If you still have any query or if you face any difficulties while modifying it, do comment below and I will respond to them at the earliest. You may also join vccground Telegram channel for deep discussion on the same. And at last, if you haven't liked the video yet, do like, share and subscribe vccground for more such unique DIY and practical ideas that you won't get anywhere else. So that's it for now. We will meet in another exciting video soon. Till then, goodbye friends.